Welcome to this explainer covering the massive September 2029 release of Kairos Protocol. We are diving into a game where building a sprawling empire and keeping your very soul are exactly the same thing. What we're unpacking today is a deeply tactical, sci-fi skin simulation that stretches all the way from 200 BC into the far future. But listen, it is not just another tycoon simulator. It is an intensely personal balancing act.
Let's kick things off with the game's core hook. While most titles in this genre let you play as this immortal god hoarding infinite gold without a care in the world, this experience forces you to be completely, vulnerably human. The developers have essentially centered the entire experience around a pretty profound philosophy, all wrapped up in a ruthless economic engine.
And you can really see the brutal tension you're going to feel as a player here. Let's say you grind constantly to build your business empire. Your wealth absolutely skyrockets, right? But the cost is your health collapses, sending you to an absurdly expensive palace hospital, and your spouse and kids end up resenting you. Now, on the flip side, if you just relax entirely, spending all your time around the campfire with your family, they're thrilled. But you can't pay your bills, the bank forecloses on your farm, and you lose your property entirely to the palace. The ultimate winner of this game is the player who can somehow walk the razor-thin tightrope between those two extremes.
So to break down this massive 2,200-year simulation, we're going to hit 5 key areas today: balancing humanity and empire, mastering the life wheel, spanning the 5 ages, high stakes in Ironback mode, and finally the ultimate sovereign quest.
All right, part 1, balancing humanity and empire, and the true cost of time. Let's look at the fundamental philosophy driving every single decision you'll make in the game. It all starts with the title itself. In Old Greek, Chronos is just your standard clock time, the minutes that tick by whether you use them or not. Kairos, on the other hand, is the right moment, the one you actively seize. In a game world where time is literally the only coin you cannot mint, you're constantly challenged to notice those Kairos moments that matter, like family, health, and honor, while you're busy chasing the empire. It's a wildly compelling pitch. Build the empire, for sure, but try to keep your soul while you do it. Moving right along to Section 2, mastering the life wheel, the 5 pillars of the soul. This philosophy isn't just background lore.
It actually translates directly into your HUD through this system you have to juggle every single second you're logged in. What's absolutely fascinating is that it is mathematically impossible to max out all 5 meters at once. You've got vitality, which is your health and sleep. Kinship covers your family and mentorships. Vision represents your personal purpose or faith. Commerce is your business assets, and honor is your integrity. Because time and energy are finite, every single choice is a trade-off. For example, if cutthroat business deals start causing you mental pollution, which literally blurs your screen, by the way, you might need to spend time in the solace aperture to get your head straight. But doing that costs you precious time you could have spent trading. And if you drop the ball on any of these, the game punishes you dynamically. Ignore your vitality, and you'll suffer random illnesses and shorter stamina for your play sessions. Neglect commerce, and you're staring down the barrel of bankruptcy and forced asset auctions. Abandon your honor by breaking promises, and you're instantly locked out of high-trust guilds, slapped with bounty flags, and tossed on the dreaded palace watchlist. You aren't just managing money here. You are literally managing a life. Which brings us to Section 3, spanning the 5 ages, from embers to ascension. You're going to navigate these deeply personal struggles across a breathtaking 2,200-year timeline. And the setting doesn't just sit there, it evolves drastically right around you. You will physically feel the cinematic shift as the world ages. You might start out in the tribal age of embers, move through the stone cathedrals and plagues of iron and faith, and then experience the dusty Red Dead Redemption 2-style frontier towns of the age of sail and steam. From there, you thrust directly into the neon-lit, Vice City-style cartel hustle of the age of neon, before finally reaching the orbital cities and synthetic biology of the age of ascension. It's one massive, continuous, living planet. Let's move to Section 4, high stakes and Ironback mode, or the cost of ambition. As you advance through these distinct eras, your juggling act gets a lot harder. The crucial thing to understand here is that difficulty isn't just about harder enemies with bigger health bars. It's about how much of life you are suddenly forced to manage. You start out as a seedling, managing just your basic health and relationships in a pretty forgiving environment. But as you progress to an artisan, you unlock massive industries and employee contracts. By the time you hit Tier 5, Sovereign, you're not even a person anymore. You're basically an institution, dealing with cross-era inheritance, market manipulation risks, complex lawsuits, and high-level palace politics.
Now, for the truly hardcore players who want that ultimate high-risk, high-prestige reward, you can toggle on Ironback mode. This introduces permadeath for your reputation. I mean it. One single catastrophic, dishonorable act, like committing fraud, breaking a sworn contract, or abandoning your family, is permanently recorded on your public ledger. It will haunt your reputation forever, fundamentally changing how NPCs and other real players interact with you for the rest of the game.
And let me tell you, you will be so tempted to break those contracts because the economy is absolutely ruthless. That number right there, 63 million, is the absolute hard cap for BEC, or Bioth coin, across the entire world, all servers and all eras. That makes it the highly scarce hard gold of this world. It mines incredibly slowly to prevent hyperinflation, driving a truly cutthroat economy where everyday items are bought with microscopic fractions of a single coin, perfectly based on the golden ratio.
Because that currency is so unbelievably tight, real estate is strictly limited. There is no infinite sprawling map where everybody gets a mansion just for logging in. If you want a townhouse after all 5,000 are claimed globally, you can't just spawn one out of thin air. You have to ruthlessly negotiate to buy or lease it from another real player on the open market. And to top it off, the governing authority, the palace, takes a 1.5% tax cut on every single trade. It's a fully realized living market of massive demand and completely finite supply. Finally, Section 5, the ultimate sovereign quest and the lineage system. All of this high-stakes trading, brutal taxation, and delicate life balancing leads up to the most groundbreaking mechanic in the entire experience. It answers the biggest question. How on earth do you, as a single player, survive a 2,200-year timeline? Well, the answer is you don't. You don't live forever, but your house does. Through the lineage system, when an age ends, your character's story closes for good. You then step into the shoes of a descendant for the next age. Sure, you inherit the estate, but a grand villa from the Roman era might have decayed into a simple warehouse by the Victorian era. More importantly, you inherit a family ledger containing the very real debts, rivalries, and alliances your ancestors left behind, meaning your grandfather's broken promise in the Age of Sail might literally cost you a crucial business deal in the Age of Neon.
It all forces you to confront the ultimate question. You can grind away, ignore your family, and stockpile coins for centuries, but what good is any of that if your descendants inherit a broken, despised house? When the time finally comes for the age to turn, what will your ledger say about the life you actually lived?